Hey everyone, I'm Vadim. I'm a video tech specialist here at Nagios, and today we're going to continue our series on building the ultimate XI. This is episode 4, where we are going to add our first host and service group in XI. This will help you get more comfortable when adding new hosts into groups. Now, let's jump right in. We could see the hosts that we have added in our previous episode. Now let's make some groups so we can organize them a bit better. The first thing you want to do is hover over the gear icon and select Core Config Manager. Then you could click on Host Groups right here, or you could go to the Monitoring tab on the left side and click Host Groups. To add a new host group, we'll click on Add New at the top. And in here, it'll ask for a host group and an alias and hosts on the right side. So I'll give this a host group name of Nagios Websites. And the alias can be whatever you want to set up. So I'll do n-web. And on the right side, we can manage hosts and host groups. We'll click on hosts. And in here, we'll find nagios.org, which we've added previously. And then we'll click Add Selected. On the right side, you can see that we have assigned nagios.org under this host group. If we wanted to exclude this for any reason, we could click this checkbox here. And if you wanted to remove this host from this host group, you could click this. And if you have multiple hosts, you could remove all hosts from here. Once that is done, you could close this out. And if you wanted to add any notes, URLs or action URLs, you could do that here. And if you wanted to save this host group for later while you are configuring it, you could uncheck active and you could freely configure this host group without affecting any other users. I'll leave it checked and click Save. Now it asks to apply the configuration. You could either select the Apply Configuration text here, or on the bottom, click the button that says Apply Configuration. After it is complete, you have successfully added your host into a host group. It is important that we create these host groups early so we can categorize each host while we're creating them using our wizards. I'll add another host by going over to the gear icon and selecting Configuration Wizards. And we'll add another website here. And then we're going to monitor nagios.com. We'll click Next. And in step 2, we could see our website URL, nagios.com. We could change that host name right here. And we have the linked IP address to nagios.com. And then under website options, we have the port, redirect, or any credentials that we would like to enter for this website. And under that, we have web services such as HTTP, ping, DNS resolution, and DNS IP match. We'll leave this as default and click Next. Here we have any monitoring settings that we could change. I'll continue on this process and click Next. And then we have any notification settings that we could change here. I will mark a specific contact group being Nagios administrators and click Next. In here, we could see that our host group has been added and web or Nagios websites. We will click this and click Finish with Defaults. And now that we have added this website, we could go to the home page, and under Details, we could go to Host Group Overview. And right here, we see that the Nagios Websites host group now has nagios.com and nagios.org. And the status says up with 4 services being checked. If you wanted to manually change the host group that it got added to, all you would need to do is go to the gear icon on the left, then go to Core Config Manager, select Hosts, then select nagios.com, and under Manage Host Groups on the bottom, you could select Nagios Websites and delete it from here. If you were to look at the host group in Core Config Manager, you can see that the host group has been added to the host object, where you could see a link next to it. This shows that there's a link between the host group and the host. Notice how it doesn't show on the right side, but it functionally works the same way when looking at metrics and graphs. Now let's add a service group. We want to go back to the gear icon and click on Core Config Manager. Then we'll select Service Groups and add a new service group. For this new service group, we'll type in website pings. And for the alias, we'll type in web-ping. And for the services, we will select our previously created hosts called Camera 1 Ping. We'll also select Google Ping. And to select multiple services, you could hold down Control and select multiple services. And we'll do localhost ping, Nagios.com ping, and Nagios.org ping. And once we have those selected, we'll click Add Selected. Notice how they'll be on the right side. Let's just say we accidentally added Nagios.com HTTP. You could always remove that on the right side and then click Close. Once that is all done, we'll click Save and Apply Configuration. Once that is completed, we'll go back to Home. And now under Service Overview, we could see our newly created service group with web pings for Camera 1, Google, localhost, Nagios.com, and Nagios.org. And now you have successfully added host and service groups into Nagios XI. Stay tuned on our next episode where we will create a dashboard to look at useful metrics for our hosts. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our YouTube channel for more helpful content. And if you have further questions, please visit support.nagios.com. I'll see you in the next one.